Full green field behind me right now. This is from our resort looking down at the rice here, and as you can see over here we have Mount Agung, and over here we have a sunset just going down. And so it's apt that it's all green here because this is all about green level. You've heard me talk about the different levels of the lighthouse, the wealth spectrum. Yellow level we've gone through, which is one person doing all things in a self-employed business. Green level is now talking about all people doing one thing in a high-performing business where everything's about the team. And it's about the difference, as I mentioned in a previous video, which you can watch here. It is the difference of thinking, every day waking up saying, what do I need to do? As opposed to, what do other people need to do? Or asking the question, how do I make money? As opposed to the question, how do I help other people make money? And so this one here, this little video is about the fundamental core which allows you to go from a position where you're stuck in your business to one where you're actually now able to have a team that's actually willing to run it and give you your time to do the things that you should be doing. So why is it? Why is it that most of us never really get to that stage and we kind of get stuck in our business? Well, it starts really from the whole point that most of us aren't thinking about how we're giving before we start thinking about how we're getting. We need to reorganize the business so that we actually have got a financial model that allows us to be able to give effectively. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that, right? I mean, we have our flow consultant training going on right now, where we are training about 50 flow consultants from all around the world who've come here to Bali. You'll notice, if you kind of look in here, here is everyone going through the training. And there's Jan who's doing it. There's Terry right there who's just going in. There's Simone. And this is everyone actually in there just going through their certification. And you'll notice one thing, which is I'm not in there. I'm not doing any of it. And that's because everyone in there is either focusing at the training that they're actually getting, which is all organized in such a way that we make sure that every trainer that works with us, they have the ability to be able to earn money while at the same time using our tools. So we earn a little bit as well. We don't earn that much. They earn the majority. But the fact is, we're thinking, how do we help them make more money? How do we actually get them to a position where they can run a whole business around our wealth dynamics, our talent dynamics tools? And as you can see here, there's a whole list of different things that the flow consultants get, that the performance consultants get, which is the next level of the pathway, that the global partners that we have get at the next level of the pathway, that every one of the different levels, there's an entry point where someone can work at their level to be able to build the kind of business that they want, where our whole thinking is how do we help them to make more money. Even the likes of our trainers. You just saw Terry there, one of our trainers, Jan, who was in the room. They also earn as a result of being part of our community. Simone, who you saw there, is the actual general manager of this entrepreneur resort. And she also obviously earns money as well. And constantly we're thinking, how can we help everyone to actually be able to live the life they want to live, be part of the team, earn the money they want to make, and be able to go out there and contribute in the way they want to contribute as well. So just think about this for a moment, right? If you were to, this is for tonight, this is celebration, by the way. It's just all getting ready. Here's the bar, all getting organized.
Hello.
Here's our little happy hour that we have as well. Definitely come here and try out our sangria. That is awesome. And here's our swimming pool here as well, which obviously no one's swimming in right now because everyone's inside working. So here's a little thought experiment. This is something which I have asked many times to groups, where I would start by saying, do you believe that sometime in your life, if you're not already doing it, you could be earning over $1 million a year, right? And most people say, yeah, they believe that. And then I say, well, hands up, who would be prepared to spend $9 million to make the $1 million? And almost no hands go up. I'm obviously speaking most of the time to people who are at Foundation Prism or who are at yellow level, who haven't gone to green, because if you're a green or blue, you'd put your hand up straight away. Why is that? Because if you take most businesses out there, the ones that are actually making millions for the people who are the shareholders in those businesses, if you're making 10% profit, maybe 20% if you're doing really well, but 10% is pretty normal. If you're making that kind of a profit, that means that you're actually generating over $10 million. You're spending $9 million in cost in order to make the $1 million in profit. So most of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world that are thinking at green level, not yellow, which is how do I create a lifestyle business for myself a green level business, which is how do I build a team that actually is willing to show up every day, the most fundamental thing that they're asking is how do I actually go out and spend or invest that 9 million to make the 1 million? Knowing that that's actually all getting spent. You know, you need to give the 9 million to make the extra 1 million back. And if you think about it that way around, you change the thinking in your model. And I've seen many people that have gone from a yellow level business where they're really the biggest cost and most of the money comes to them, to a green level business where they're now actually making sure most of the money is going to other people, and they'll keep a little bit for themselves. And that allows it to scale and to grow. So think about that for a moment. If you're ready to shift to the next level up, or at the point when you are, come back to this video and know that the key now is not to create a financial model, which is based on you going out there making all the money. It's based on the business going out, making money, passing that money on to everyone who's actually delivering, whether they're team partners or others, and then there'll be some left for you. And if you actually design this in the right way, you can look for the right models where the model is no longer just like yellow level. Remember, the first step is identify your identity. We go have a look at this video if you haven't seen that. It's going for identify identity, where you're having 3 people that are most like the identity, the role model of what you want to have. Now we're talking about 3 companies that have the business model that you want to have. I'll give you an example, right? Every one of our businesses, we operate at green level. Let's take the training that's happening in there. It's all part of our profiling system, where we have models like this profiling or Myers-Briggs that have been around for 50 to 100 years, where they've gone out and become very established, and we go and learn from them as models to say, what did they do well, and what can we learn from that? We take something like Genius U, which this year will have it already has over 1 million users, or have over 1 million members this year, and that's our learning platform. You know, we basically, several years ago, set up who are the people we want to model over. There were companies like Udemy, there were companies like lynda.com, and we'll follow them to see what they're doing and what we can learn from them. Lynda.com just this month just got sold to LinkedIn for $1.5 billion. So we see that not just as their success, but our success as being part of that entire business model and the way that it's growing. Or similarly, this resort, you know, because we are doing co-working with our beach clubs and the resort, as well as growing our different programs, we went out looking at the co-working community. We just had our startup grind the other weekend. We had Peter Wall, who set up Hubbard, who came down and spoke there. And we see that that whole community is one that we're learning from. And WeWork, which is one of the models that we look at to see how they've done their growth over the last couple of years in the US, just in December was worth over $5 billion. And we can learn from that, and we can share in that success as well. The great thing is, the moment you start thinking green level, you're no longer alone. You're now part of a community. It's like the difference of yellow level, reading a book like Tim Ferriss, 4-Hour Workweek. Great if you want to stay at yellow level and you want to basically have a business that gives you the lifestyle. But you want to go up to green level, it's more the kind of books that Jim Collins writes, like Good to Great, Built to Last, which is about actually building something which is now going to be a substantial business on its own, where it's all about the company culture, which I mentioned in the last video. It's all about your business model and making sure that the main thing you're thinking about is not how do I make money, but how do I help other people make money? And price your products, set up your business, and design it in such a way that the more that others make, then the easier it is for you to get your time back, and then for you to make the money too. Your business is your time machine. You take your time, you turn it into team. The more you do that, the stronger a team you get, and the more of your time you get back. That's this video for this week. Next week is our 30th episode, so do tune in. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I look forward to catching up with you on the next video. Right, time for me to go join the celebrations. And here we are at the end of our day, with the celebrations ending with everyone sending out sky lanterns into the sky for an awesome end of the day.